Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. Today I'm going to show you how to get gold in all of the sectors here in the Buddh International Circuit within the MotoGP Academy. Have a look on screen right now at my controller overlay, and without further ado, let's crack on with the video. So here we go then for Sector 1, charge down the straight, and as you hear the bike ready to go to 6th gear, start braking, downshift all the way down to 2nd gear and go really tight to the apex. What you want to do here in a lot of these corners in the first sector is to cut the apexes and go really tight across the rumble strips and curbs. So again, going into the right hand side here, using all of the curb as well. Ride height device, the second you get out to that corner, keep the rear wheel squatted down and charge all the way down this massive straight. This is a very long sector, so just be careful. There's a small patch of sort of dirt on the left hand side of the track there, which I do use as a reference point to start braking. Really abuse that rumble strip and get across the line. Didn't manage to get gold this time, so let's do it again. Exact same plan here on the back straight. Get across the line and just see how the revs are really reaching up to 6th gear, but don't go for the 6th gear. Start downshifting and cut across this apex here. Now move over to the left hand side and keep it tucked in nice and tight to the apex. As you position up this braking part, start braking nice and early, downshift, hit the ride at device button so it's ready for when you get onto the straight, and charge down the back straight. Now it's very important here that you do not touch the curb on the left hand side there, because you lose a dramatic amount of time, and there's really no room for error in this challenge, so make sure you get that right and start braking nice and firm just as that point reaches before the rumble strip. Go into the right hand side. Didn't quite use the rumble strip as much as last time, but you certainly can do, and across the line it is the gold. So to start Sector 2, get across the line to set yourself up, move over to the right hand side, and just as those blue sort of signs on your right hand side begin to come to an end, consider braking just after that point, just a couple more meters, and start braking there. Now it's very difficult for this corner as well, because you want to just try and aim to get as tight as you can to the apex and back across to the left, and then bring on the power to get the gold sector time. Now I will tell you, this is a much easier sector than the first one. The first one is very challenging, but anyway, towards the right hand side there's the Petronas signs, those blue signs I made mention to earlier. Start braking a good couple of meters after there, start trail braking into turn 5. You can either brake early there or brake late, either or doesn't really matter, both work very well. Move over to the right hand side in 2nd gear, back across to the left hand side, quick upshift to 3rd, and then get across the sector to end that one. So moving swiftly onwards, this is Sector 3. Again, stay in 2nd gear, move over to the right hand side for 7, back across to the left for turn 8, quick upshift to 3rd, and then begin to move already over to the right hand side. So it's a rather blind corner to get right there, but just be gentle in acceleration. Look how much control of the right trigger is being pushed there, not very much. Bit of a wheelie across the crest there, and start braking early going into the left hand side for turn 12. Now you can abuse this curb here as well, and of course you can run up a little bit off circuit to still get your gold. Now in an ideal world and to time trials, that will invalidate your lap, but just for this I would say it's okay, because considering how difficult the first sector time is anyway, I think at this point you're just being glad to get it done, because the first part is extremely challenging here in the Buddh circuit. So now to the right hand side for turn 11. Again, we're going to get a small wheelie there, but here, brake just where that shadow is, just enough to slow your bike down. Drop into 2nd gear, launch to the right hand side in anger, but turn in nice and early for turn 13 and get across for the next sector. So unfortunately Sector 4 is about as difficult as the first sector, no room for error here, so start braking as you get underneath that signage there. That shadow is a great opportunity to start braking. Underneath the DHL sign, then towards the right here, just as you see that rumble strip to the right there just appearing to spot, start braking there, and that's a great spot for you to start pulling in to the apex of the left-hander for the final corner. So across the line, that is enough, and then we'll do it one more time. So again, look to the sign above, there it is, there's the shadow, start braking there, bring the bike in, get to the middle or towards the tight apex. Did drop down to 1st gear there, but it's not necessary. Went a little bit off track there as well. Start braking right there, where that other path is, where that rumble strip is. It's a great spot. Downshift into 1st gear, get a nice good launch out of the corner here, and try and keep within track limits, and get across the line for hopefully another gold. So now it's time for the complete lap. We're going to be basically doing everything again, but all together. So watch with me now and we'll piece it all together again. So here we go. Right up to the first corner, bike screaming to go to 6th gear. We don't allow it. We start downshifting to go into the first corner. Ooh, a little bit loose on the brakes this time around. So into the left-hand side, smooth on the throttle. Just as you start to go uphill, start braking. Bring that bike in really tight to the apex, as tight as you possibly can without cutting the corner, and then get onto the power. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, do not touch that curb there because you will lose a lot of time, so avoid it like the plague. Now bring on the power, and just as you see this part to the left-hand side, there's a slight discoloration to the part on the left-hand side. There's a bit of grass that's turned into dirt and dust. Start braking at that point. You'll know it as you do this track over and over again, exactly where your braking point is. So once again, after the Petronas sign, start braking right there before there's like another pathway going to the other parts of the circuit, probably for the service route, and then start getting on the brakes there. It's a great spot to learn. Now into the right hand side, either drop down to second or to stay in third. Personally, I left it on third gear for this one, but ultimately I did prefer the second gear option in those change directions. Downshift to second gear here and just follow the corner round. Great camber area in this corner, so you're able to just follow it quite nicely. Bring on your power, avoid the wheel if you can, brake at the shadow there, and bring the bike into the left hand side. The Ducati will glide around those sort of corners. Onto the power nice and early and brake here, right at the shadow. Did downshift too many times there, that's a mistake on my behalf, do not copy that. I just went a little bit too eager upon the downshift. So onto the brakes for the final corner. I'm going to tuck in nice and tight to the apex again. Really abuse the apex there. Bring on the power. And hopefully this will be a gold lap time across the line. And it is. So let's see that just one more time. Nice big lineup for the final corner. Just to run us on to the first part of this lap. This is the back straight. Wait for the opportunity to the bike for gear up to 6. Don't allow it. Start downshifting all the way down to second gear. You can drop down to first just before you reach the apex of the corner. Now move over to the left hand side, quick upshift to third and start braking uphill right there. Perfect spot to start braking in, and just note as well, we don't brake aggressively in those corners. If you brake too hard with the left trigger, the bike's just not going to be able to turn. The front wheel will lock and you will not be able to make that corner. So now back onto the straight again. Keep an eye out to the left hand side, there's a discoloration, start braking right there. And just gradually bring the Ducati Desmosedici into the right hand side and bring on the power after hitting the right height device. Now I probably don't need to preach this once more, but there is the Petronas signs, there's your braking marker. Pull in nice and tight to the apex, or excuse me, run it wide to then bring it back in tight to the apex of turn 6. Get onto the right hand side here, still sticking with third gear for now, but again, as mentioned earlier, it's entirely up to you which one you do. If you're looking for more speed, I'd probably say the second gear. But now into the right hand side, follow this long sweeping line. Almost went a bit too wide there, but it did set me up quite nicely for this part here. Have a look at the liquid moly side, start braking right there. Downshift a second and then move the bike over to the right hand side. Across the rumble strip, keep the bike straight. There's your braking marker right under that shadow. Start braking in. Do not downshift to first too early like I did on that previous lap. Start powering it down and then brake right there after the DHL signs. And this will set you up beautifully for another gold lap time of the Buddh International Circuit of India. So there you go then guys, across the line, and it is another gold. I hope that you guys can replicate what I've done here today so you guys can get gold just as well as I've done. So that's it then. Thank you very much for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. If this has helped you, let me know in the comments section. Of course, as well, like and subscribe. It does help out the channel quite a lot, and I do appreciate all of the subscriptions. But guys, that's it from me. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Talk to you later about the Buddh Grand Prix of India. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.